Okay, hey man, this is how I do my meatloaf, okay? Simple ingredients, you can see it. Just over a pound of hamburger, just over a pound of ground pork, 2 cups of panko. I got some seasoning mix that I make up. You can put salt, pepper, whichever you like. My egg is just sitting there so it won't fall off. 1 good cup of onions, diced, garlic, and we're ready to mix. Throw everything in the bowl. Boom, there's the hamburger. There's the ground beef. I'm gonna take the onion, 1 cup, slap it in. My mix that I make, you really should use this mix. I'm gonna be using it on the outside also. 2 cups panko, okay? Then I'm gonna take and crack the old egg in there. Throw that shell away and grab a spoon. And then I am gonna take a quick break, wash my hands up, and the only way to really mix it up is just get your hands in there. So I will be back in a second. Okay, I have made it back. Now I'm just gonna get my hands in there and really mix this up. You can use salt and pepper. People take and put milk or cream, it just makes it too runny for me. The onions will kind of stick at the bottom. As you start breaking it up with your hands, it will work out just fine. So anyway, but now you see this pan to my right a little bit. I'm going to form this into, some people make a, well, it's like a loaf, but mine is kind of a low profiled. I'll show you when I get to that point. And then actually I throw in a little barbecue sauce into this mix. I didn't do it this time. You can, it just adds extra flavor. Need more mixing, okay? Okay, now that I've got it mixed up, and you know, onions actually will take and that kind of breaks it up. Some people take and put peppers in, like yellow pepper, bell pepper, green bell pepper, orange, give it color. But all that I find it to do is to, your meatloaf will fall apart. And I get it in a block just like that. Okay? Kind of thick, kind of low. There we go. I get it in a nice little square. Okay? There she be. Then I take my mix that I've got, seasoning, if you wish, sprinkle it on and rub it around. Give it a light coating. Get it on the sides, get it on the top. Okay? Just hold your hand like that. Give it a rub on the sides, rub on the front, all the way around. I got it in there pretty heavy, but not real loaded, okay? Now, there really won't be a lot of juice floating in this pan, but I am going to take and put it on another pan with a wire rack. I'll show you in a second. And then I'm going to take a screwdriver and poke a few holes around here so this thing isn't floating. And there she be. It's ready to go. Okay, get back to you when I get to the other pan. Okay, here's my pan for a drip pan with a set of roast or something on it. When you make this thing, it's kind of hard to get up and on there, maybe. See, it starts falling apart. I thought I would try it. I'm just going to take and set this whole thing on just like that. And then I'm going to go around with a screwdriver and just poke some holes. So it's cooking just like that. It's done, okay? Now I'm going to put it in direct heat. You could take this, put it in the refrigerator. It's ready to go, okay? Cook it in 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Which, actually, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours because we're really not ready to eat yet. And I'm going to have some red potatoes along with it. And it'll be a great, easy, quick meal on the gas barbecue. Okay, meatloaf's on, okay? I washed my potatoes, and it's just my wife and I, so I'm going to cut these up, and since I got the barbecue going, I might as well just do it. It is like 90 degrees today, okay? We don't want to cook inside, so I'm just doing some prep here. Dice up, throw some onion in, and these little guys right here, these little pans are sweet. You just dice it in, throw it in there, sprinkle in a few onion, keep throwing them in there. You could dice the potatoes however big you want, okay? And when we get to it, that meatloaf is on, I will cook it, and it's going to have barbecue sauce on it, and it's going to be sweet. See, it's only going to take like, they really fluff up, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, cut these up. I'm going to let it shut, put the potatoes in there. They'll kind of shrink a little bit, and then I will take some salt and pepper, which is right here, and then lid it. And when my just like that, it's all done. Okay, now gotta have some butter in there. Okay, it will just melt, naturally melt. I just put it in small. The butter is so melted because it's so hot in our house. That's why we don't want to cook inside. Take some butter, slap it in, just like that. And put the lid on. And that is it, just like that. Crimps around. These, you buy 3 of these at the dollar store for $1. Crimp it around. And when my meatloaf gets to about 120, 25 degrees, I will put this on, and then it should be all done at the same time. I'll see you soon. Okay, we got this thing. Finally, is all warmed up, and it's about 350 degrees. I got my temperature gauge over here, and I will pull it off at 125. I've got this one here, full blast, and then you could take and adjust that. All barbecues are different. Some burn real hot. Anyway, I've got mine right there. 375 is a good temperature. No hurry. I don't think you want to cook it any higher than that. It should take probably about 45 minutes or something. So there it is. Probes in. Sit back, have a couple beers, and we'll see you when we get to about 125. Okay, it is at 125 degrees, and it took about an hour and 15 minutes, all right? Now, I'm going to take and swing this around just like this. I need a pot holder because that sucker is hot, okay? Just like this, okay? Then I'm going to take and I'm going to cut with a serrated knife. Cut these pieces. I've got to turn my grill off. It's too hot for my hands. Okay, cut it. And as you can see, it's very pink. Okay, that's okay. Because now I'm going to put Baby Ray barbecue sauce on it. Everybody likes Baby Ray's. See the onions? I should have did smaller onions or shredded the onions or something. It kind of breaks up the meatloaf a little bit. And I'm going to spread it just like that. Turn them on its side. Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to fan it just like that. I'm not exactly cutting it straight, but so what, okay? Now, like that. I'll get back to you when it's all finished. I'm going to put some sauce on. Okay, I have got the meatloaf all set and done. I'm going to give each one of these some Baby Ray's, brush it around, and then let it continue to cook. If you remember when Mom made meatloaf, what was the first bite that you took? The part, well, my mom used ketchup. Just spread it on, just like that. You know, it took about an hour 15, but it was only at 375. But it takes a while to get that meat. It comes out of the refrigerator and it stayed at 50 degrees for the longest time, okay? And now spread it around just like that. And now when we get done, and now I'm going to take and put it back the way that it was, indirect heat. I turned my grill off because, you know, it's just too hot for my hands, okay? And so start that back up. Start that back up. It's at 125, 27 degrees. Close it back up. Get it back up to the 375. And I am going to go get those potatoes that I fixed up, and they're in the fridge. Okay, here we go. I open back up, and the potatoes that I put in the fridge, I'm just going to set it right up there on the indirect heat. Probably can't see it. I got to lean back a little. Right up there on the top shelf. And I'm going to let that barbecue sauce just caramelize up a little bit. Our meatloaf is done. Our potatoes are done. Open it up and eat. It's a good meal. You've got to check this out. I'll show you the finished product. Okay, this stuff is looking good. Okay, I'm going to take a bite off. Okay, there is the meatloaf. And it's tasty and it's good. I will show you the finished product on the plate with the potatoes on the next video here in a second. Okay, there we go. All looking good. Taters are all done. Taters took about 45 minutes. It's all looking good, man. That is looking real good. Enjoy.